RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Andy's Auto Body, Tire, and Auto Service and Sales. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Auto Centers Nissan, home of the Wiggity Way. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East's premier sports bar and grill. Shell Community Federal Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Ruderman Plumbing, your locally owned plumbing superheroes. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949.
With Edwardsville in terms of conference games played, because they have a completed game to play against Belleville East. That game is starting the 11th inning, I believe. After 10 innings, it's 4-4. And the game that was called suspended because of darkness down in Belleville against Belleville East. So they'll complete that game first, and you'll hear it here on the Big Z. And then they'll play the regularly scheduled game also on Thursday right here on the Big Z as well. First pitch is a strike to Derek Allen, right-handed batter for the Redbirds, the center fielder. Next pitch from the right-hander is a breaking ball that stays upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike here, first batter of the game.
As the game gets underway, got the wind blowing in a little bit from center field, according to the tall flag here at Tom Pyle Field.
At the Edwardsville Sports Complex here in bright sunshine as we get ready to go here and see about the Redbirds and the Tigers today. This one low and away, bounces in for a ball. Stephen Wynn will be next. Brian Hudson will bat here in the top of the first inning too as the Redbirds go for their 18th win of the season, try to get to 6-1 in the conference. Depending on the outcome today, here's a bunt. It's bunted foul back to the wall behind home plate, and the padded wall there, it's 2-2, the count.
So many times you see a bunter or a batter square to bunt early in the game just to get a feel of the pitch from the pitcher. He was actually bunting to get on base that time, and he fouled it off.
Here's Gorella delivering again, and his curveball stays up high again. His breaking ball has been above the letters so far, but it is early. 3-2 the count.
Allen laid off that pitch. Now the count's full.
Right-handed batter ready at 3-2, and he rips one into right, and it is a fair ball down into the right field corner. And he's going to round first and cruise into second with a lead-off double as he shoots it down the right field line.
Well, if you want to draw it up on paper, what you want to see your team do against your biggest rival, and it's just like what Todd Haug wants. Leadoff man, see some pitches, make the pitcher work a little bit, and then get a double with nobody out, runner in scoring position. Heart of the order coming up. Big, tall man in the batter's box, or in the on-deck circle, looking to get his chance.
It's Wynn from the left side, wearing number 4, at the plate now. And now time called. The pitcher and catcher want to talk it over here and discuss the situation, whether it's going to be a bunt or a hit and run. Wynn tries to pull the ball, at least ground the ball to the right side to bring the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Not necessarily a sacrifice bunt situation, but at least pull the ball if you're a left-handed batter.
And it is bunted foul back to the screen. And that's going to be strike 1 as Wynn was trying to sacrifice there. We'll see each pitch. You never know. Coach Todd Haug with some more signs, coaching down at third. His assistant, Nick Smith, coaching at first base. And we're ready to go again with Wynn squaring around again. Gorella brings it to him. It's a bunt, third base side. It's a nice bunt, but it rolls foul at the last minute there. It stayed on the grass for a while, then to the dirt, strike 2.
Yeah, as soon as it got off the grass, you knew it was going to go foul because It's just the natural slope of an infield. If it gets off the grass, it's going to hit the dirt and go foul. And he's in the hole now, and he's going to probably have to go away from bunting his man over to third base, and he might have to put the ball in play.
Stephen Wynn waits. He's the shortstop for Alton High. And the pitch from the right-hander. He checks the runner, and here it comes. It is outside as he wasted one. Ball one. The crowd getting bigger and bigger, but it's already a good-sized crowd here in the stadium seating behind home plate. But more and more fans on their way and want to check out the Redbirds and the Tigers today here in Edwardsville. Swinging a foul. He stays alive.
It's kind of a defensive swing that time, just trying to get a piece of it, and he fouled it over the dugout, and counts 1-2. Got to take advantage of getting that leadoff double. You want to get that guy to third if you can. If you can't, you don't want to have him be out on the bases in any sort of way.
We'll see if Wynn can get the bat on the ball. He does, but he fouls it third base side, and he stays alive on another pitch.
It looked like another defensive swing, just getting a piece of it, and he fouled it off near the third base coach's box. Didn't get around on it at all. Maybe just trying to work this pitcher a little bit and get the pitch he wants to hit and drive it.
And we're ready for another one to the left-handed batter, and he'll take low. It's 2-2, and a couple of good at-bats here by Allen and Wynn right off the bat.
Well, the pitch count for Gorella's, climbing. It was that full count to the leadoff man, and more pitches here in this at-bat.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Leadoff double for the Redbirds here. Ground ball foul, third base side again. And the umpire out of baseballs with the foul balls here right off the bat. Top of the first.
Yeah, they're out there somewhere. They just haven't gotten them to the umpire. Now they all come flying in.
And they'll give him a new bag of balls here, and we'll get ready to go again with Stephen Wynn at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Wynn on the season hitting .304. Virtually the entire Alton roster hitting above .300.
Good year for these two teams. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Runner goes to third. Throw to first, out. The ball was hit up the middle and right on contact. Allen sprints for third, 1 out.
Well, he didn't hit it to the right side of the diamond, but it still got the job done. It was a good break off second by Derek Allen to read that ball and know that he could get to third without a play being made on him. The first out is recorded, but the runner is now 90 feet away from scoring the game's first run.
And now it is Big Brian Hudson, hitting .492 on the year. Throws left, bats left. Wears number 11, and that's a big number 11.
4 home runs on the season, one of them coming against this Edwardsville team in that loss at Gordon Moore Park earlier this month.
Hudson ready to go. He's at the dish, and he takes up and in for a ball. He may not see a hittable pitch here. It's 2-0. First base open. Runner at third. 1 out. And now pitching coach Mike Waldo is headed to the mound to talk to his pitcher. First trip to the mound, but it won't be his last trip to the mound. Coach Waldo. He's talking to his pitcher, catcher, discussing Brian Hudson here, a dangerous hitter. It's 2-0. You don't want to make a mistake if you're the Tigers.
Well, you don't know what the conversation is, but it's a long conversation that the umpires let go on for a little bit when there's definitely not going to be a pitching change made or anything like that. Settling his pitcher down, who has had some high pitch counts to the first 2 batters, and now he misses on the first 2 attempts to Hudson here. I'm sure they don't want to groove him, give him anything good to hit, but you don't want to walk him either.
Here's a foul ball back and a pitch low below the knees, but Hudson still took a whack at it. May have been ball 3, but it's 2-1 now. Runner at third, 1 out. Top of the first inning as the Redbirds try to break out on top here on the road in Edwardsville.
Coach Waldo might have said, you can pitch around without pitching balls. You can throw it in a part of the strike zone that's difficult to hit.
Down in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, ball 3. Brian Hudson at the plate, the right fielder here today.
I'm sure the Edwardsville folks say, we don't want this guy to beat us. And, of course, everybody for Alton would love to see their big player do some damage.
And it's a strike, outside corner, borderline pitch. He has 5 doubles, 6 triples, 4 homers, and 33 RBIs to lead the team. And it's now 3-2. It's another full count here.
And that RBI total is, I'm sure, tops in the St. Louis area.
The pitch, breaking ball, and it's inside. And ball 4. On 3-2, no fastball there. They went to the breaking ball.
One thing when you have Hudson walking when he's on the pitcher's mound, you can use a courtesy runner and maybe get a little bit of rest and a little bit more speed. When he's your right fielder, you don't have that luxury. So he's going to take his lead off first. We'll see if the Redbirds want to do any running here with runners on the corners.
And stay out of the double play with the cleanup man, first baseman Jacob Kanalikin now. Kanalikin, right-handed batter, deep in the batter's box. And he'll take outside from Gorella, ball 1.
One thing that Hudson can't really do is get a big lead off first with a right-handed batter. There could be a snap throw from the catcher Wallace down to first and catch him wandering a little bit.
Kanalikin waits at the dish. First and third, first inning here, 1 out. Breaking ball outside corner, called a strike, and a lot of off-speed pitches here in the first inning.
And judging by Hudson's lead at first, I don't think we have to worry about him running. He can fall over and reach first base. Not a big lead at all.
Here's the next. Check swing, and he went too far on a breaking ball again. This one down near the dirt. Strike 2.
Yeah, the home plate umpire called that check swing a strike. He didn't even ask for the base umpire to help him. As the right-handed batter Kanalikin offered at that pitch, and now he's in the hole 1-2.
Now the Redbirds don't want to let this chance slip away, and now they fake to third, fake to first. No throw by the pitcher on the infield at the bases here. First and third, 1 out. A double, a ground out, and a walk here so far in the first inning, and the pitcher steps off again. Maybe the runners have him rattled here. Kanalikin, though, behind at 1-2. The stretch. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss upstairs, and he strikes out. And a big strikeout for Edwardsville and Gorella. 2 on, 2 out. That leaves it up to the designated hitter.
Well, when Gorella is stepping off and you think that he's worrying a lot about the base runners, and then he comes and gets a strikeout, that's big for the Tigers. Run's going to be at a premium in this game. I think both teams feel that way, and Alton is now in danger of wasting a leadoff double to start this game. He's still on the bases at third base with 2 outs now.
And the designated hitter in there, Stephen Patton. Patton will take a strike. It's 0-1. He bats for Cusack, the pitcher, in the 5-hole.
400 batting average for Patton on the season.
Patton waits from the right side. 2 on, 2 out now. Pitch is low for a ball. The catcher's on deck. Aaron Bonnell will see if it gets that far. Here in the first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike is Patton. Stays in the batter's box and waits on Gorella. Here's another one. It's a strike, runner going, and Hudson is safe. No throw. So he got a big jump, and Wallace, the catcher, decided to put it in his pocket there.
Yeah, he did get a big jump, and he was able to beat the throw. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position, just as the pitcher, Gorella, gave up on, throwing over to first. Get that stolen base now.
Patton will take a strike, and that is strike 3. The catcher drops the ball, throw to first, and that is an out. Strike 3 called, and the Redbirds with back-to-back strikeouts, and they leave 2 runners on base. A double and a walk in the inning. The Redbirds do not score. Edwardsville coming up in just a moment. First inning from Edwardsville, Illinois. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you have car problems, Andy's has the solution. Customer service is priority number 1. Our dedicated staff will be more than helpful in getting your car back on the road while you relax in our comfortable waiting area. If needed, we'll also make arrangements for a rental. Our experienced ASC certified technicians will walk you through every step of the process. Andy's Tire and Auto Service offers every under-the-hood service you need. Visit one of our 4 convenient locations today.
The Redbirds were finished there in the first inning. Now the bottom of the first, Cusack the pitcher. And he looks in, gets his sign from Bonnell, who gets his sign from the dugout here. Alton's dugout, first base side, and the pitch is low in the dirt to Dylan Burris, the designated hitter. He's going to bat for Joe Wallace, the catcher, in the leadoff spot. So Burris, then Jordan Hovey, Colin Clayton. Here's a fly ball to right. Hudson shielding his eyes and under it now, and he makes the play. A deep drive to right. Hudson had time to get under it, but boy, that's the Sun Field here right now.
It was a bit of an adventure out there for Hudson as he got turned around a couple of times, but it was so high in the air that he had plenty of time to track it, and a couple of feet in front of that right field fence, he was able to haul it in for the first out of the inning.
Hudson still looking up in the sun in case he gets another one like that. Here's Jordan Hovey, the catcher, or the shortstop, make that for Edwardsville. The orange and black of Edwardsville, the red and black of Alton. Red and white with black trim on their new jerseys this year. Hovey takes ball 1. And another pitch from Cusack on the way, and it is a ball up and away to another left-handed batter.
We described those home uniforms for Alton as kind of reminiscent of the Houston Astros. These road uniforms are a little bit more like the old Chicago White Sox of the 1980s. With a big bold stripe across the front and birds written in block letters in that stripe.
Here's the pitch on the way, and it's fouled off and away for strike 2. Or make it strike 1. Hovey at 2 balls and 1 strike. He's the shortstop for the Tigers. The Redbirds have played 20 games. Edwardsville playing 21 games coming in. And these teams have only lost 4 games combined, and they've played over 40. 41. 4 losses. Cusack gets a strike in there, and it's 2-2. Here's another one to Hovey. Swing and a foul straight back.
Maybe that's why there's a lot of people here in the stands watching this game. A lot of interest in this one. These two schools, of course, rivals in virtually every sport they play, and baseball is no different. And when you've got records like this, you expect big crowds to watch them play.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes another. Swing and a pop-up at home plate. Bonnell goes back, and he will run out of room. And maybe the first or second row of bleachers there, third base side.
Scatters a few fans that were in that area. Didn't know whether they should offer to catch it or just get out of the way.
And so it remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. With a light breeze still blowing straight in pretty much here at the field. Baseball diamond. Cusack looks in, gets the sign again. The pitch, high fastball, 3-2. Clayton will be next. Cleanup hitter is third baseman Aaron Jackson. Zalanko, the right fielder, bats 5th. Jake Gorella, the pitcher, will hit 6th. For Edwardsville High, 3-2 pitch, and it is a ball outside, ball 4. Each team has a walk in the first inning. Colin Clayton, the batter now.
Once again, we're going to have a game that's on paper, it looks like it's so evenly matched. It's going to come down to mistakes, which is going to probably determine the outcome. So issuing a walk in the first inning, I don't want to say that's a mistake, but forcing plays on the bases, defensive plays, those are the kind of mistakes we're talking about here. Got to stay away from them if you want to win this game.
And strikeouts, double play balls, those things will be key. Every pitch magnified a little bit. Maybe more middle of the game and late in the game than here early in the game, but you never know. You never know what a run's going to do. Throw over to first and the runner back.
And that ball there just got away from Kanelican a little bit. If that ball would have been overthrown by the pitcher and goes down the foul territory, I mean, that's the kind of mistake that the runner gets down to second base. All of a sudden he's in scoring position. Those are the things you want to avoid.
Pitch on the way to Clayton is a strike called. Cusack throws a strike. The outfield playing very deep for this batter. Boy, the center fielder, Allen, way out there. Left fielder, Hopkins, pretty deep. Hudson in right, pretty deep.
There's some space out there if he would plug the gap.
And the wind picks up a little bit. Pitch out, runner going, and safe. And the ball squeezes through, and into center field it goes. A stolen base at an error. The Redbirds guessed right on a pitch out, but it was bobbled just a little by Bonnell before the throw.
Yeah, they guessed right, like you said, and they got the pitch out called on the right pitch when the runner was going. The throw was a little high at second base. It got away, went into center field. That might be that type of mistake we're talking about. The center fielder playing so deep, he didn't really have a play to throw the guy out at third, and he's standing 90 feet away with just one out here in the bottom of the first.
And Clayton will take a strike on the inside corner. Now, the Redbirds had this situation too. Runner at third, one out. First and third, and one out too after a walk. But here, Edwardsville, bottom of the first inning, runner at third, one out. Cusack trying to get the batter, Clayton. The pitch, high fastball.
Clayton's second on the team in RBI, tied or actually third on the team with RBIs. He's got 16, along with Dylan Burris at 16. Gorella's got 17, and then the leader is Zelenko with 22 RBI on the season. So he's been in this situation before, and more often than not, he comes through.
He's the number 3 hitter. Check swing and a ball in the dirt, and it's going to be another full count. 3-2 to Hovey. He walked. 3-2 to Clayton now.
Pitch counts elevated for both of these pitchers. We're not even through one inning yet, and they're already in double-digit pitch totals.
Here's the pitch on the way. It's down in the dirt, and another walk in the inning. It's 2 on and 1 out, and it is identical to what the Redbirds had. First and third, 1 out. Redbirds did not score. Let's see what the Tigers do as Aaron Jackson comes to the plate.
No doubt the Redbird fans want to see Cusack do what Gorella did and get out of this jam here in the first inning.
Runners at first and third. And Jackson, a right-handed batter, cleanup hitter, digs in. And the pitcher fakes to third, fakes to first, no throw. We saw that from the Tigers, too.
Used to see that a lot in Major League Baseball. They've done away with it, but it's still something you see at this level.
Bottom of the first inning, no score. Swinging a ground ball to second, maybe 2. Out at second, on to first, low throw, but scooped by Kanelican. What a 4-6-3 double play.
That's just what they needed, and they made it impressive with a dig out at first base by Kanelican. It was even looked like it bobbled a little bit at second, but hit hard enough to turn 2, and they get out of the inning unscathed.
Scrabach to win to Kanelican, and a double play ends the inning. 2 walks for the Tigers, but after 1 inning, there's no score. Redbirds and Tigers. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
to WBGZ Alton, 5 o'clock hour now. Redbirds and Tigers from Edwardsville. After the game, we announce our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. And another breaking ball from Gorella. He's fallen in love with that so far, but it drops in for strike one to Aaron Bonnell. Gorella again, fastball bounces in, 1-1.
Bonnell with a little bit of an odd batting stance where he bends those elbows down. Normally you like to see your batter have the elbow up to produce a level swing. He keeps those elbows low, kind of cocks it a little bit, and then brings the hands back.
And it's low and away. Right-handed batter, and especially that right elbow is tucked way in there, the back elbow.
Almost touching each other when he moves them back and forth.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball comes in high, maybe a little outside, 3-1. Hampton will be next, then Hopkins. The Redbirds here in the second inning of a scoreless game. Strike called to Aaron Bonnell, and here's another 3-2 count. There's a fly ball, foul ball off to the right and out of play, and Bonnell will stay alive. Each team had a couple, 3-2 counts on their batters in the first inning. So, again, these pitchers throwing a lot of pitches early, even though we're only after one inning so far.
Both of these teams deeper than normal teams with the pitching depth they have, but you wonder how long they're going to stick with a pitcher that's going to see a pitch count get up elevated in this game.
Foul ball out off to the right, out of play here. Bonnell stays alive. Gorella with a couple of strikeouts in the first inning. He allowed a leadoff double down the right field line. He also walked a batter, Hudson. And Bonnell with a good at bat here to start the second inning, and he chops one to third. Foul ball again.
Well, he's making this pitcher work. He's fouling off the pitches, and we saw that in the first inning with Stephen Wynn up there fouling off several pitches. Of course, the walk issued to Hudson with that count going 3-2. A lot of 3-2 counts here in the early going.
3-2 to the catcher again for Alton High. Low and away, and Bonnell will trot down to first. It's the second walk given up by Gorella. This one a leadoff walk.
Well, the leadoff batter has been on base in the first two innings for Alton, so you're getting base runners. At some point in this game, you're going to have to come through with a big hit in these situations. And right now, it's the bottom of the order coming up, but these guys can get it done. They've done it all season long. Hampton, Hopkins, and Scrabach still due up this inning with the runner on first.
Brendan Phillips will be the runner. The courtesy runner for the catcher down at first base now with nobody out. Breaking ball catches the outside corner on Drake Hampton here. Strike one.
The other thing we've seen is when Alton batters have offered at pitches, they've been making contact. Not a lot of swing and misses. The strikes have been called strikes.
Throw over to first and the runner back. That is Phillips. This first base coach, Nick Smith, helping him out over there. Watching the move of the pitcher, the third baseman, Jackson, coming in on the edge of the grass, just in case there's a bunt. And the pitch, and he was squaring around, but took it low for a ball.
You wonder where, if the coach has confidence enough in the batter where he can tell him to bunt it down the first base line or bunt it down the third base line, because obviously you'd want to bunt it towards first where that man is being held on.
Throw over to first and the runner back again.
But a lot of times that's asking a lot to try to have someone have that much bat control to bunt it in a certain area. Say, Coach, I'll just try to get the bunt down. That'll be enough, won't it?
Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Second inning. Pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 2-1. Now the batter is ahead at 2 balls and a strike. Coach Todd Haug with some more signs, and 2-1. Maybe a hit and run or a steal attempt now is in the works. We'll see. And the throw over to first again, runner back again.
Sometimes you want to watch the coach down at third base. Sometimes he directs his signs towards the batter. Sometimes he directs it towards the runner. A coach should be consistent each and every time so that somebody doesn't steal something here. And most of the time it's Todd Howe directing his signs towards the runner.
There's a fly ball down the right field line. Right fielder moving over into foul territory, and he makes the grab. Actually right on the line in right field, and it is caught by the right fielder out there. Zelenko stayed with it. 1 out.
Well, that's a big out. It's the first out recorded, and then that sets up things like a double play to end the inning, like we saw Alton get out of the first inning with a double play ball. Now Edwardsville is hoping for the same. And then you've also got the bottom of the order coming up, and there's a reason why these guys bat at the bottom of the order.
Left-handed batter, Matt Hopkins, throw over to first, and the runner back again, and Phillips, courtesy runner for Bonnell at first base. A leadoff walk, but now it's 1 on, 1 out. Hopkins will roll one to the shortstop, who throws to second. Out there, throw to first, safe. They get the lead runner as the shortstop, Hovey, made the play, 2 down.
Wasn't hit hard enough to turn 2. The left-handed batter grounding one towards short. They get the force out, and now there's 2 outs in the inning as Hopkins reaches on the fielder's choice.
Number 9 hitter, Jacob Scrawbach, the batter now. And a runner at first and 2 down now. So we'll see what the Redbirds do at the bottom of the order here with 2 outs. Throw over to first again. Top of the second inning. Alton at the plate. Here's the pitch. It's a bunt. It's in the air, and a diving play by the pitcher out there as he dives off the mound and toward home plate and a little toward the third base line as well. But he made the play on the bunt in the air, and that ends the inning. Middle of the second inning here in Edwardsville. The Redbirds and the Tigers 0-0. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
In the market for a new Nissan? Go no further than Auto Centers Nissan in Wood River, the #1 volume Nissan dealer in the Midwest. Auto Centers always has a huge selection, and every new Nissan is backed by Auto Centers' exclusive low price guarantee, 30-day return, and lifetime powertrain warranty. Auto Centers also has a gigantic pre-owned inventory, and regardless of any credit problems, Auto Centers will get you approved. So be wiggity wise and hurry into Auto Centers Nissan, Highway 255 and 143 in Wood River, Illinois. AutoCentersNissan.com.
Our business of the day for Tuesday, the 28th. Number 5 hitter, Matthew Zelenko. Right-handed hitter, pops one up. Sky high to left field. The left fielder, Hopkins, under it, now coming in and trotting in with the wind. He makes the grab on the move.
Yeah, I guess your first reaction is to drop back, but boy, he had to almost go into a sprint to run in as that wind was knocking that ball down towards the infield, and Hopkins made the catch on the run to record the first out of the inning.
1 up, 1 down, way up, and 1 down. Fly out to left. Here's the pitcher, Jake Garella. Garella, number 9 on his jersey, and the pitch is a strike, 0-1.
It's rare that you see pitchers with single-digit uniform numbers, but here at the high school level, of course, that's not an uncommon thing. Both of these pitchers wearing single digits today.
Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-1.
It's just odd at the major league level. I think there's 2 in the entire major leagues that have single digits that pitch on a regular basis.
Did you look that up?
I think I read it somewhere.
That's impressive.
I think they're both with the Toronto Blue Jays, in fact.
And this one's in the dirt again, ball 2. And Brian Hudson, big pitcher, wears number 11. 6'8" left-hander in right field. Here's the pitch by Cusack. It's a strike, and it's 2-2.
And some people would say when you wear a number like 11, it makes you look even taller when you have numbers like that.
Especially as big as the numbers are on the Redbirds jerseys this year. Black jerseys with the red numbers. Here's the pitch. It's a tap toward third. Charging is Hampton. On the move, on the throw to first. It's out number 2. Good charge in the grass by Hampton.
Hampton looked like he's made that play before. He charged it, fielded it cleanly, and made the good throw to first. Gets the runner by a step or two, and the Redbirds are looking to retire the Tigers in order as the first 2 go down.
Another right-handed batter here. Shaquille, the left fielder. Fod Shaquille. Right-handed batter digs in and takes at the letters for strike 1.
Cusac's been getting ahead of the batters, something that Gorella really hasn't been doing. Cusack gets ahead of the first couple batters this inning.
Edwardsville 7-0 in the conference. There's a shot up the middle near the bag at second, and it's going to make it to the grass in center field for a base hit. With 2 outs, the Tigers' first hit of the game.
It wasn't the hardest hit of balls. It didn't quite make it to the outfield, but it was enough to reach base, and now Shaquille is on first with Zimmer coming into bat.
Bailey Zimmer. We talk about Hudson being a big guy. Here's a big guy, too. Zimmer, tall right-handed batter. Maybe about 6'4" or so, 6'5". Zimmer, first baseman, digs in. Back of the batter's box. Throw over to first and the runner back. Kanalikin holding him on at first base. Shaquille may do some running with 2 outs. Redbirds ended the first inning with a snappy double play, 4-6-3. Swing and a miss, a ball in the dirt, strike 1.
Well, we've definitely been seeing more swing and misses when Cusac's been on the mound. When the Redbirds have been facing Gorella, they've made contact a lot. Gorella struggling at times with his control. But that being said, Cusack yet to record a strikeout in this game.
Throw over to first again, and the runner back again. Runner at first with 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Here's the next. Up and away, outside for a ball.
I don't know if that was a true pitch out, but it was definitely a pitch that the catcher can handle and throw down to second easily if the runner was going. Might not have been a true pitch out, but it would have done the same thing if the runner had been going.
Bonnell gets the sign from the dugout. Relays it to Cusack. Runner going and fakes going. Swing and a miss. He bluffed to second base, strike 2.
And they had the entire Alton dugout, I think, fooled as well. They thought he was going to be going, and they were yelling at their catcher to make the play. He looked up and saw that he had retreated back to first.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's a ball, and the throw down, the tag, out. Caught stealing. Bonnell guns down the runner to end the second inning. Pitch looked close for strike 3, but instead it was called a ball, and Bonnell threw, and caught stealing ends the inning. We've played 2 innings, 0-0 here, Edwardsville and Alton High. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Come on, guys. We're only up by 1 run. I need some insurance. Let's go.
Put me in, Coach. I can get you some insurance.
AmFam G-Man at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a long one. A home run for AmFam G-Man.
Hit a home run with my team, a winning team. Let me protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062. Come on, Coach.
American Family Insurance.
Hands up when that ball was fouled off. Well fouled down the right field side.
Jake Gorella to Derek Allen here. A leadoff double for Allen back in the first inning. That started the ball game. He did not score. Ball in the dirt, 1-1.
I'm sure the Redbirds hope that they don't look back on that opportunity in the first inning where they couldn't push across a run. They're hoping to get some more opportunities against this right-hander.
Breaking ball tapped foul at home plate, strike 2 as the wind picks up a little bit. Coming in, straight in really from left field. Right into the Alton dugout here, first base side.
Yeah, the wind has either been coming in from left or in from center.
Swing and a miss, late cut by Allen, and he strikes out as he couldn't catch up to that one upstairs.
Gorella struck out 2 back in the first inning to end that threat, and he gets the first out here in the third with his third K of the game.
He has walked 2 and struck out 3, and here is Stephen Wynn. And Wynn will take a strike at the letters. It is strike 1.
Wynn saw a lot of pitches his first time up before he finally grounded out. Working this pitcher, trying to get him to show as much as he can.
Another strike. It's 0-2 quickly here.
That's something Gorella hasn't been doing, getting ahead of batters, and he gets ahead here, 0-2.
Here comes another 0-2 pitch. It's grounded up the middle. Shortstop to his left. Throw on the run. Nice play at short. Out at first, and Hovey makes a dandy play.
Well, Wynn hit it up the middle, and he knew that he didn't hit it real hard, but he was digging out of the batter's box, and as he was racing down the line, you knew it was going to be a close play, and just got him at first base for the second out of the inning.
And that'll bring in Brian Hudson. Walked his first time on a 3-2 pitch. And the lefty is ready to go. Gorella brings it in, swinging a ground ball to first. Zimmer will step on the bag himself at first base, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Gorella and the Tigers. Middle of the third inning, Redbirds are done, 1-2-3. Third inning, scoreless game here in Edwardsville. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached MegaBank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Wins under his belt and not a whole lot of time in the dugout.
Pitch to Zimmer, and it is a strike. He was up to the plate when Shaquille was thrown out, caught stealing in the second inning. And Zimmer starts here, and Cusack starts with a strike. And another strike. Breaking ball at the knees. Good spot there.
He got that bonus of seeing a lot of pitches without an official at bat last inning.
And he lines this one into center and made it a little too good on 0-2, although Zimmer went down and got it, and he lined it into center.
Second hit of the game for the Tigers. They had a single with 2 outs in the second, now a lead-off single, and that's the first time today that the Tigers have had their leadoff man on base.
No strikeouts for Cusack. He's walked 2. He's given up 2 singles, and it's going to be Mitchell Krebs, second baseman.
We're also going to see a pinch runner here as Cade Burns will run for Zimmer.
And the number 9 hitter in there to bunt in all likelihood. We'll see. Maybe a bunt and run. But coming in on the grass is Hampton at third. Cusack's going to cover the first base area, it looks like, because Kanalikin stays at the bag. Here's the pitch. No bunt attempt. Strike called.
He didn't square there.
Now some more signs.
Fun part of the game to watch the coaches go through the sign, just see if you can try to steal something here, if you're an opponent, or if that's frowned upon.
Throw over to first and the runner back. Kanalikin holding him on over there, and Ben Cusack trying to get out of a leadoff single situation here at the bottom of the batting order. Looks in, gets the sign from Bonnell. The pitch on the way. It is a bunt now. Pitcher's going to scoop it up, throw to first, and safe at first. The ball was dropped there, and apparently he didn't have it long enough. And I think Kanalikin was trying to get the ball out of his glove, and the umpire's saying you never had it in the first place maybe, and Coach Todd Howe going to maybe ask for the home plate umpire to help out on the call.
Well, one thing I would like to see Coach Todd Howe do is go to that umpire and say, hey, don't show up my player by walking directly at him and holding your hands out in a safe call. You can calmly explain to him without, trying to make the umpire the show here. And now Todd Howe is getting an explanation, and the player at first, he thought that he was grabbing the ball or taking the ball out of his glove, and the out should have been recorded. The ball, to me, seemed to pop out late on the play, and it was a bang-bang play where it could have gone either way, and the official's mind was that it was bobbling, and now 2 runners are on here with nobody out in this 3rd inning.
So a sacrifice bunt, you give him the bunt to move the runner up, and then an error has to be charged on the first baseman for dropping the ball. The first thought in my mind was the umpire calling safe because maybe Kanalikin was coming off the bag a little bit, but that wasn't the case. It was because the ball came out of his glove, according to the umpire, and now the top of the order. And Burris is going to bunt, and it's in front of home plate. Bonnell throws to first, and out there, second baseman Scrawbach covering, and the play goes 2-4 as they bunt again.
Yeah, Bonnell came up and kind of looked at third, but the play was at first all along and just got the runner at first base. Burris does what he was asked to do, and that's move the runners over, and he does it with a very good bunt that just gets into that grassy area in front of home plate, and that's about as perfect a bunt as you can put down.
And a good play by the catcher to pop out there and make the play, and now second and third, 1 out for the Tigers as they have a chance again. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle, second baseman, backhanded play. Good play to first, out, but the run scores. That was headed up the middle, but Scrawbach backhanded it, stabbed it, turned and threw to first, 2 out.
Well, he saves a run. He didn't save the run, but he saved a run by making that play up the middle. Had to backhand it, kept it on the infield, got the out, so a run crosses the plate, and an RBI is given to Hovey, but it could have been a 2 RBI hit if it had gone through the infield.
And ball 1 goes high to Clayton, the center fielder for Edwardsville. Ball 1 here, 2 outs. Runner goes to third, 2 on that ground ball. Krebs is over there.
Well, the Tigers break through, and now the Redbirds have to limit the damage here.
And pop foul, backing out of play. So, you look at the error, and that Hovey ground ball would have been the last out of the inning, so an unearned run as they got Burris, although maybe he wouldn't have bunted, but he did. He maybe wouldn't have bunted if there would have been a play out. Now a throw back to the wall, back to the screen, but it bounces back enough for Bonnell and the pitcher that the runner can't come home.
Yeah, there's about a 3-foot wall that's padded, and it hit that padded wall on the fly. If it had somehow bounced up and got the screen rather than the padded wall, that would have allowed the runner to score from third. Instead, it deflected back towards the catcher's area, and he keeps him at third.
Cusack 2-1 pitch, and Clayton chops it toward third. Hampton needs to hurry. He fires to first for the out. Third to first will end the inning, but Edwardsville scoring first in the 3rd inning, and they lead after 3, 1-0 over Alton. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
And then a ground out scored the run. And now the Redbirds need to go to work. Kanalikin, Patton, and Bonnell here. And a bunt, and it's a foul. Strike one. We're underway in the fourth inning.
And if you're scoring at home, Bailey Zimmer did re-enter the game. He's back at first base defensively. Kanalikin offering a bunt here in the fourth inning from the cleanup man. Don't see that often when nobody on base.
Here's a pitch for a ball. The Big Z salutes today's business of the day, the Alton Truck Stop, across from the quarry on College Avenue in Alton. 5 video gaming machines, 50 different games there at the Alton Truck Stop. Here's a fly ball into right field. The right fielder camping under it as he has time to get under it, and Zelenko makes the play. 1 out.
Don't know if the wind affected the flight of that ball any, but Zelenko played it well, and he's had a couple of good plays out there in right field. That one towards the gap in right center, but not hit on a line enough to get down, kind of wafted out there for the first out of the inning.
That brings in the designated hitter, Stephen Patton. It's the second time through for the Alton batting order here against Gorella. Strike one on a big curve.
And the thing we've seen out of Gorella is that he's starting to get ahead of batters now. He's starting to find his groove, and think back to that first inning when the Redbirds had the runners on.
They had a walk and a double that inning. Also a leadoff walk in the second inning as he's walked 2, struck out 3, given up 1 hit. And that was the leadoff double in the game. Swing and a miss, pitch up, and strike 3. He has another strikeout. That's 4 Ks in the game.
Yeah, that's the second time that Patton has been retired, and he chased one high, about shoulder high, and it's quickly 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth.
That'll bring in Aaron Bonnell, catcher for Alton High. Walked in the second inning, and he lines one this time into right field, and it skips by the right fielder. The catcher, Bonnell, going to second, and he'll stop there with 2 outs on a single and an error by the right fielder.
Well, he ripped that one, hit it the opposite way, and that right fielder wanting to make sure he got over and got in front of it. He did, but it somehow got through him and allows the hitter to take second base, and now we're going to get a courtesy runner for Bonnell.
The batter is Drake Hampton, who's 0 for 1, a fly out to right. Redbirds, 5-1 in the conference, second place behind these Edwardsville Tigers. Here's ball 1 down low, and it's Brendan Phillips, number 14, out there running again. Phillips ran in the second inning when Bonnell walked. They threw over to first base, keeping him close. Now he's at second base, coming in to run, swing and a miss. Redbirds have left 3 on base. Gorella had retired 8 in a row before the single by Bonnell. And a ball low and away makes it 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike, 2 outs here, fourth inning. Third baseman here, Drake Hampton, the pitch on the way. Breaking ball stays up and in, a little bit inside, 3-1.
Well, can the Redbirds have a big 2-out rally here? They've got that runner on second. Drake Hampton can really go a long ways to pressing the Alton bench and maybe move up that batting order a little bit if you could drive in a run here.
Low for ball 4. And a single and a walk with 2 outs brings in Hopkins now.
He works a walk that time, making Gorella work a little bit more. Now Hopkins has the RBI opportunity.
Redbirds have had 3 walks in 3 different innings. Last inning, it was a 1-2-3 third inning, but here in the fourth, 2 on, 2 out now. There were 2 outs and nobody on base. Now all of a sudden the Redbirds may have something cooking here with Hopkins 0 for 1 taking strike 1. Hopkins from the left side, wears number 8. The pitch, Swing and a ground ball to second, and a diving play by the second baseman. Throw to first, out at first. The Alton dugout didn't think so. Out at first as the second baseman Krebs made a headlong diving play to his left into the outfield grass.
And we've seen a couple of defensive plays from the second basemen for these two teams, and that time it was Krebs making the play. Couldn't get a lot on the throw. That's why the play was bang, bang at first base, and the Redbird dugout right next to us thought that Hopkins had beaten that one out.
2 more left on for the Redbirds. They've left 5 on base. We're in the 4th inning here in Edwardsville. It's the Tigers 1, the Redbirds nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts?
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to State Farm agent Tom Lane to help you plan for your future today.
And the Redbirds trailing 1-0 as the Tigers scored a run in the 3rd inning, an unearned run against Cusack, and 3 innings for Ben Cusack. Now it's Cawley to Jackson. Here in the 4th, the pitch on the way. Swing and a line drive, base hit into center field. First pitch swinging, Jackson was ready for that fastball, and he turned it around.
Well, normally you would like to see some pitches from the pitcher just to see what he has, but the Edwardsville batter that time, Jackson, first pitch swinging, and he gets the sharply hit single to start the bottom half of the 4th.
Matthew Zalanko, the batter now, 0 for 1, a fly out to left his first time up. Pitch on the way, and it is just below the knees for a ball. Zalanko, right-handed batter. Cawley, right-handed pitcher. And this one is a strike at the knees.
Wind dying down just a little bit as the flag goes limp out in center field.
Sunshine here on a Tuesday afternoon in Edwardsville for baseball. Here's another strike called, strike 2.
This pitcher for Alton, when you say that he rears back, I mean, he really does. He's got kind of a long delivery, and that could prompt one of these Edwardsville players to try to steal a base on him because he really reaches back and has a long delivery to home plate.
This pitch is high for a ball. Redbirds have only lost 1 game since they lost to the Tigers. Back at the beginning of April, that 1 game was to St. Louis University High. They lost over in Missouri back on the 18th. Won 5 in a row, then lost. Now they've won 6 in a row again. Tap foul to the Alton dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here. Bottom of the 4th, Jackson with a leadoff single is at first base.
And of course, we documented earlier the Tigers' lone loss of the season was to Smet, another St. Louis team. They played several teams from outside of not only Illinois, but outside the bi-state area.
Strike 3 called. A fastball at the belt. Outside corner, strike 3, and Cawley, a big strikeout, 1 down.
That is a big strikeout because Zalanko leading the team in RBIs with 22, and he had a runner on base there, could not advance him as he goes down looking.
Now it's Jake Garella, the pitcher. Right-handed batter. Cusack, the Alton pitcher, goes 3 innings. Gorella has pitched 4 innings so far. Here's a strike.
And you wonder if Edwardsville will have the same game plan, maybe use their pitchers as a way to get somebody else some work against this Alton Redbirds team.
Cawley, the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a fly ball to right. Hudson, shading his eyes with his glove, makes the grab. The runner tags, but not going as Hudson makes the play, and there's 2 down.
Normally, the runner would go halfway. At that time, he assumed that Hudson would make the catch out there in right field. And when the throw came in back to the infield, it almost got away from the shortstop there. He had to make a diving stop just to keep the ball from getting away from that second base area. Otherwise, the runner could have advanced to second on a bad throw coming in from the outfield.
2 outs in the inning. We are in the bottom of the 4th. Shaquille, the batter, he's 1 for 1. Swing and a miss.
Got him to chase one high at the letters, maybe even elevated from the letters, and couldn't catch up with it. Not a tall pitcher, Cawley. I mean, he's kind of sneaky fast in that he can throw pretty hard for being not big in stature.
Pitch is low. Runner bluffs. Going to second base again. Ball 1, down low. It's 1-1.
We've been seeing that since Jackson got on base. He really is either trying to gauge the pitcher or he's trying to deceive this Alton Redbirds infield a little bit with his break towards second.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a pop foul over the Alton first base dugout. Strike 2.
Boy, 1-run game. You just feel there's a intensity from both of these dugouts. There's a lot of interest in almost every pitch that it could be the difference of this ball game if the Redbirds can get out of this inning with a runner getting on base.
Cawley looks in, gets the sign from Bonnell, and throw over to first and the runner back. And then if Alton should happen to win today, even more magnified on Thursday when they're going to play basically 2. You're going to have 2 final scores against Belleville East. Complete a suspended game, then play a regular game on Thursday. Runner going now. The pitch is a strike, and that is going to end the inning. Strike 3, no throw by the catcher with the runner going. 2 strikeouts for Cawley in the 4th inning. And we've played 4 innings here at the Edwardsville Sports Complex. It's the Tigers 1, the Redbirds nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
One of the greatest myths about car dealers is that some pay less for their cars than others. Hi, I'm John Roberts, and we all pay the same. Here at Roberts Motors, we can compete with any Ford dealer, regardless of how big they are or how great they say their deals are. The #1 concern of anyone buying a car today is service. At Roberts Motors, we pride ourselves in exceptional service before, after, and during the sale. Stop in today and see why Roberts has been the home of happy customers since 1949. Or see us online at RiverBender.com.
Breaking ball is a strike, and Gorella's still out there. Going to go at least 5 innings, it looks like. As we're in the 5th. And the number 9 hitter leads it off for Alton. It's a ball, 1-1.
Popped up to the pitcher. That was that diving play that the pitcher made to end the 2nd inning when Scrabach was bunting.
Pitch is low and away. 2-1 to count from Gorella. Derek Allen waits on deck with a double and a strikeout. Gorella has struck out 4. And he's walked 3. Swing and a miss. Edwardsville out hitting Alton 3-2, and they lead the game over Alton 1-0.
Evenly played game, but you got to worry that Gorella's starting to settle in now just a little bit for the Tigers.
Here in the middle of the ball game, we're in the 5th. Swing and a line drive, going to get into right field.
Play it first.
Right fielder comes up throwing, but hustling is Jacob Scrabach for a base hit to right.
Boy, Zelenko did not play very deep at all in right field, not respecting the ninth place hitter to hit it over his head, and he charged that ball hard, and it was a darn close play at first base with the right fielder trying to gun down the ninth place hitter on a play at first that went to the outfield.
And so that will bring in the top of the order, and we now have 3 hits for each team up there on the board, and Derek Allen has one of the hits for Alton, a leadoff double to start the ball game. Scrabach at first, nobody out.
He got hurt.
May have pulled a muscle as he's favoring his right leg there, and he calls timeout. Injury timeout here for the moment.
Boy, I mean, if he's hobbling around just trying to get back to first base like he did, he might have to lift him here. Now he says he nods his head to Coach Smith. He says he can go. Just came back awkwardly on that pickoff play, and in his hip area, looks like he had twisted. And he's going to stay out there.
And he's got a lead at first.
Now he's going to run.
Of course. I was just fooling you guys, you know. Throw over to first just to be safe, and he's back in at the bag.
When he went back awkwardly, he went back standing up. That time he dove back in.
Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and the delivery is a bunt. First base side foul on a big curve. He tried to bunt it. The bunt was foul. Allen at strike one.
Derek Allen, if he can get a double like he had leading off the game, it could chase this runner around from first base if it's hit in the right place. But right now, that looked like they were asking Allen to bunt. Let's see if he squares again.
He does, but the throw is over to first and the runner back again. Stephen Wynn waits on deck. Then Brian Hudson as we get to the heart of the order. This is the top of the order right now, Derek Allen. And he will take a strike. He was going to bunt it, but caught the outside corner. He thought it was a ball, maybe.
One thing we've seen with Gorella on the mound, when a runner gets on base for Alton, boy, his pace really slows down. And that's common, that's typical for most pitchers, but it seems like it's even exaggerated a little bit here as he really concentrates, takes a long time, and the rhythm just isn't there.
Throw over to first and the runner back, and probably something that pitching coach Mike Waldo teaches, because that happens a lot with the Tigers pitchers, no matter who it is almost on the mound.
Things slow down.
Slow way down. 2 strikes to Allen here. He waits.
It's kind of like the way his basketball coaching philosophy is too.
Slow it down. 2 strikes and nothing here, nobody out, and he's trying to bunt it, and it's foul, and he is out, number 1.
Well, if you're asking someone to bunt with 2 strikes, you got to have confidence that he can get it down. So you call, if you're the coach and you called him to bunt with 2 strikes and he makes an out like that, it's not something you can really think twice about, because you got confidence that he can get it down at any time, at any count. Just couldn't get it down there. First out of the inning.
We'll see what Stephen Wynn has, as he has grounded out twice to the shortstop. And last time up, it was a great play by Hovey that just got Wynn at first. Here's strike 1.
And you really don't think that they would have Wynn bunting now to try to move the runner over. Probably let him swing away.
They're bunching him up in the center of the field. Boy, he's got a lot of right field to work with. Right fielder swinging way over into right center. That is Zelenko. The pitch, swinging a foul. So maybe they're just going to keep the ball away from Wynn here through this entire at-bat. Center fielder pretty shallow. Right fielder pretty shallow. And left field as well, really. Wynn, left-handed batter. 2 strikes. Throw over to first, runner back. Redbirds have left 5. 2 in the first inning, 2 last inning. 1 left on in the second inning. 5 overall. And they trail 1-0 here. Foul ball by Wynn.
We look back, you got to believe that the first inning was their best opportunity. In the fourth inning, that all came with 2 outs, and you didn't really think that was much of a rally. But when you lead off the game with a double, had a runner at third base with 1 out, that was your opportunity that right now has been an opportunity missed.
Pitch to Win is outside for a ball. It's 1-2 now with 1 on, 1 out. Corella looks in, gets the sign that he wants here. The top of the 5th inning. The stretch, the pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Out at second, on to first. That's a double play. Hard hit ball right at Krebs at second. Taylor-made double play, 4-6-3. That ends the 5th inning for the Redbirds. Tigers still lead here in Edwardsville over Alton, 1-0. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Dad, the toilet's clogged again.
Ruderman to the rescue. We'll clean any drain, anytime, anywhere. Ruderman is your locally owned and operated plumbing and drain cleaning company. We're friendly, fast, and reliable. Ruderman takes the extra steps to protect your home while providing stellar 24-hour emergency superhero service with hometown pricing. So for plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, filtration systems, or just when your house pipes are in trouble, call Ruderman.
Ball, strike 1.
Well, the first pitch that Cauley delivered was stroked into right field for a hit by Jackson, but he struck out 2 Tigers batters looking in that inning. And with his 2 strikeouts, that's the total in this game because Cusack did not strike out a man.
This one's popped up off the end of the bat to the third baseman. Comes in on the grass. Hampton makes the play. 1 down.
Just seems like he's keeping these batters off balance a little bit. They haven't been able to put good swings except for that leadoff single last inning. And when you watch strike 3s called, that means that your pitch has probably got some late movement on it that you just don't know what's coming and you can't pull the trigger.
Mitchell Krebs. Sacrifice bunt his first time. He was safe on that error over there at first base. Here's a ground ball to short. Stephen Wynn will throw low, but a stretch by Kanalikin out at first, 2 down.
Well, it's got the potential to be a real quick inning here as they get the first 2 in quick order here in the 5th inning.
Top of the order, and Dylan Burris, the batter, the DH for the catcher Joe Wallace, and 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt for Burris here in the game. Left-handed batter digs in. Where's number 10? And it's a ball low.
And those first 2 outs are recorded real quickly like that, probably instructing the batter to come in to take a couple of pitches.
Swing and a foul. Back to the screen. Strike 2. And make it a 1-1 count. Edwardsville with their bullpen working now here in the middle of the game, 5th inning. Cauley brings it in. And it's just inside at the knees for a ball. Two balls and a strike here to Burris.
I try to help you out with that pitcher warming up, but that's about 2 acres away.
Down in the left field corner. Right-hander, 22.
You might have to hitch a ride just to get called into the game.
Here's the pitch. Fastball up and away, ball 3. Cauley looking for a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. And the pitch on the way is high, ball 4, and it's a 2-out walk instead.
Well, we talked about the potential of maybe being a quick inning, but Burris was able to milk a walk here, and that's the first walk of the game for this pitcher, I believe. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Cauley coming in last inning, 2 strikeouts. He's allowed a hit and a walk now. as the Redbirds still try to get out of this 5th inning. The 2-out walk. Now Cawley will face Hovey, and he lines one into right center field. That's trouble. Hudson will cut it off and get it back in on a single as he holds Hovey to a single on a nice play, and the other runner goes to third with 2 down.
If Hudson wasn't able to come over and cut that one off, it would have been a 2-0 Edwardsville lead, because just getting over to cut it off, the runner was able to cruise into third base easily, and if it had just gotten by him, or if he couldn't get over quick enough, it would have been a 2-0 lead with a runner possibly at second base.
It's a long single to right center field. Burris made the turn at second. He goes to third. Down in the bullpen, it was Aaron Jackson, the third baseman for Edwardsville. And he's going to be the on-deck hitter now as Clayton's going to come in, but first, Alton pitching coach Pete Kleeman makes a trip to the mound for the Redbirds, and with 2 on, 2 out, try to get out of this and keep it at 1-0 as Clayton comes in.
And you wonder if Aaron Jackson is just done throwing, or he wants to get back to the dugout to be ready to bat when his turn comes around.
Some warm-up tosses for him in the bullpen. The pitch on the way to Clayton here at the knees, strike 1.
Well, he got the call there as that pitch looked like it was a little bit low, but he got the call, and that's a big get in front of the batter here early in the count against, and maybe that's what Coach Kleeman was talking about. Get ahead of this guy, work him low.
Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. It's Clayton, the center fielder, number 3 hitter for the Tigers. And he swings and hits one deep to left. Left fielder goes back and watches it sail out of here. Straight away left field, way out of here for Clayton. A 3-run bomb, and it's 4-0.
Well, I was watching the runner at first to see if he would break. With the runners on the corners, there's always that possibility you could see a stolen base. So I didn't see the hit, but boy, when you saw the flight of the baseball and you saw the reaction of the left fielder, it was hit well, and he just looked up and watched it sail over the screen, and that's a 4-0 lead now for the Tigers as they plate 3 with 2 outs in this 5th inning. Remember, this started after 2 quick outs here in the 5th.
A 3-run shot by Clayton, the center fielder. And now Jackson with a foul tip, big swing, and strike 1. Clayton leaves the yard, and again, it was 2 up, 2 down, then the walk, the 2-out walk. A single to right, and a home run to left.
Second home run of the season for Clayton. He's now got 19 RBI with that 3-run blast.
And now in the 5th inning, it goes from a 1-0 game to a 4-0 game. Changing the game, one swing of the bat. Low from Cawley, 2-1. Cawley was cruising. He had retired 5 in a row, then the 2-out walk. And that's where it started here in this inning.
That's a killer.
2-1 pitch from Nick. Swinging a pop-up, short left. Shortstop out, left fielder in. Shortstop wants it in the grass and short left. It is Stephen Wynn, the shortstop, that grabs the pop-up, but not before. A 2-out, 3-run home run by Clayton makes it 4-0 Edwardsville. After 5 innings now, 2 innings to go when we come back. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There is also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Fielder Shaquille in left makes the grab.
Second straight at bat that Hudson swinging at the first pitch. He grounded to the first baseman last time up, and this time he flies out lazily to left center field.
Jacob Kanalikin steps in. 0 for 2, strikeout, fly out. Corella delivers, breaking ball, strike. In his 6th inning of work, it's a 3-hit shutout. 3 hits, 3 walks allowed. Swing and a fly ball to right field, right center field. Center fielder over and makes the play. Clayton outrunning that fly ball as it held up for him in right center. 2 down.
Well, now there's the opportunity for a quick inning here for Edwardsville, and that's just what they want. And now the Alton Redbirds, if they want to get back into this ball game, they're going to need a 2-out rally here in the 6th or make something happen in the 7th.
Corella cruising right along now. Never would have guessed a 3-hit shutout with 3 walks and a 4-0 lead the way the game started. A double and a walk in the 1st inning.
And he was just struggling, trying to find the strike zone. A lot of pitches to the batters.
Here's a strike to the designated hitter, Stephen Patton. 1-1 the count. Pitch on the way is down in the dirt for ball 2. 2 outs here, 6th inning.
This pitcher has struck out 2 batters, but he struck out 2 batters twice each. He struck out Derek Allen twice, and Patton has gone down twice.
Here's a fly ball into right field, and it hangs up for the right fielder, and that is the end of the inning. A fly to left, a fly to center, and a fly to right. 3 fly balls. And it's 1-2-3 for the Redbirds in the 6th inning. Middle of the 6th, and it's still 4-0. Edwardsville on top. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At Shell Community Federal Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Shell is the one place to go.
10th appearance, all in relief. He's got a 1-0 record, and his ERA is .95 on the year.
Cawley allowing 3 runs, 3 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts. He pitched 2 innings in relief. Cusack in jeopardy of losing his first game of the year, though, allowing that 3rd inning run. And remember, Cusack came into the game at 4-0.
His ERA won't go up too much. He had a 1.18 and a lot
unearned run.
Yeah, no earned runs allowed today.
He went 3 innings. The starter, Cusack, 2 innings for Cawley. And now it's St. Peter's to try to keep Edwardsville at 4. It's 4-0.
And when they pick up that game on Thursday, there's a pitcher of record that will be on the mound when that game starts, correct?
Correct.
Because they'll be picking it up in the 11th inning, a suspended game, I guess is what you call it.
Right, and maybe a new relief pitcher starts the 11th inning. We'll just have to see how that works. Belleville East, the home team, so Alton will be batting first when we start our broadcast in the 11th inning on Thursday. In a 4-4 game. The game was called because of darkness early in the season, weeks ago in Belleville. And then they'll have a regular game, and we'll have that on the air for you, too.
But the coverage begins at 4:30 with that suspended game being picked up in the 11th, tied at 4.
Here's St. Peter's delivering, swinging a ground ball to short. Stephen Wynn will fire to first for the out. 1 down, 6th inning.
Defense has been pretty solid all game long for the Redbirds. They've been making the plays they need to make. The only, bad play was when that pitch out call and they threw the ball down to second base and it got into short center field and the runner was able to scamper to third base. But for the most part, good defense today by the Redbirds.
Here's a pitch high to Gorella, ball 1. The other miscue was basically what the umpire called a dropped ball at first base, and that was that unearned run in the 3rd inning. Ball 1 Jacob St. Peters delivers, and it is popped foul and out of play.
Well, the Redbirds dugout don't believe that was the bad play because they think that it was a situation where the fielder was taking the ball out of the glove. And they think the umpire made the wrong call there. But that's really the difference in the early part of this game, now that big 3-run inning last inning.
Ground ball to his left. It's the shortstop win again. Out at first again. 2 down.
Ranged a little bit more towards second base with that play and made it look textbook as he came up throwing accurately to first base for the second out of the inning.
Stephen Wynn making plays last year as a freshman. Now he's only a sophomore and a good-looking player at shortstop. Class of 2017.
Boy, that makes me feel old.
2017. Here's the pitch. Some of these guys born in 2000. Born. If my math is correct. Shaquille the batter now. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. High heat, strike 2. Shaquille 1 for 2 with a single. The stretch with nobody on base and the pitch. High for a ball.
Yeah, that's a sign of a pitcher that's used to coming out of the bullpen, pitching from the stretch all the time.
5 hits for Edwardsville. That's what I have. Alton 3 hits on the board. Swing and a pop. Foul territory, first base side, and playable for the first baseman, Kanalikin, and he will make the grab. 1-2-3 for the Tigers in the 6th. The Redbirds with their last chance when we come back. We go to the 7th inning in Edwardsville. It's the Tigers 4-0 over the Redbirds. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. That's what you'll find at Alton Sports Tap. With our daily specials and the best wings around, no game day is complete without us. Between our main bar, enclosed and outdoor patios, you won't know where to begin your evening. Alton Sports Tap has a spacious banquet center offering plenty of space to host any event and the food to make it great. Whether you stop by to catch a game, grab dinner, or enjoy our new live gaming, Sports Tap has got you covered.
7th inning here, and the Alton Redbirds with a record of 17-3, trailing Edwardsville in the 7th here, 4-0.
And in case you're wondering, Redbirds have not been shut out this season. 3 losses, and they had not been shut out.
Gorella drops one in there to Aaron Bonnell, strike 1. Catcher for Alton starts the 7th inning. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Alton here too.
Alton's had some winning streaks. They're right now in the second 6-game winning streak they've had this year, and it looks like it might come to an end here in Edwardsville.
And go 0-2 against the Tigers as Edwardsville takes command of this conference. They'll be 8-0, and they'll have a 2-game lead now. 2 better on the loss side as O'Fallon right now and Belleville East each have 2 losses in the conference going into today's action, and Alton had 5-1 starting the day in the conference. Up and in to Bonnell, 3-2 the count.
Yeah, a lot of people looking at this game, but you got to have a quick memory for and not focus too much on this, whatever the result is, because you got a big quick turnaround for Thursday.
Foul ball backing out of play. Belleville East today playing Granite City. O'Fallon playing East St. Louis. So some other conference matchups today. Here's the pitch on the way, and it is ball 4, just outside to the catcher. A leadoff walk. Gorella has walked 4 in the game.
And that's the second time Bonnell has walked. He's been on base twice. He's the only Redbird player that has been on base twice in this game.
4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed by Gorella. So he tries to get out of this now with Drake Hampton to the plate. Nobody out to start the 7th inning. At the knees, strike 1.
It's the third time in the game where the Redbirds have had their leadoff man reach, but it was Bunnell who reached in the 2nd inning, leading off with a walk.
4-0 score. Gorella brings it home. Swing and a pop foul.
I should say Scrabach also reached base, leading off the 5th inning. And then, of course, back in the 1st, probably their best chance to push across a run when they had the leadoff double to start this game.
And a runner at 3rd with 1 out. 1st and 3rd with 1 out, too, after a walk. But then back-to-back strikeouts. High to Hampton. 1-2 the count. Tomorrow, a couple of baseball games for you. Roxana Marquette, along with Jersey CM. And then we have Alton right back on the air Thursday again against Belleville East. Breaking ball, foul ball at home plate. He stays alive. Number 7 hitter, Drake Hampton here. 0 for 1 with a walk. One of the 4 walks allowed. Pitch is high, 2-2. Good at bat here for Hampton.
We don't have a pitch count on Gorella, but boy, in those early innings, he had a lot of pitches. Middle innings, he started to get on cruise control. Now we get into the late innings, and he's walked 1 man, and he's 2-2 here to this batter.
And he takes outside. Ball 3.
Goes 3-2.
Couple of 3-2 counts this inning. Maybe pitch count somewhere in the 80s, I'm guessing.
Still no one throwing. They had Jackson up earlier. He tried it back to the dugout when his turn in the order was coming up.
3-2, foul ball. Fastball up in his eyes and jumped out of his shoes for that foul. And he digs those cleats back in. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Another 3-2 coming. Gorella the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a 3-2.
Got him swinging. Got ahead in the count. It was 0-2 and then fell behind and went full. But he came back and got him swinging here. And now it's Matt Hopkins stepping in with 1 out, runner on first. Now we're going to get a visit to the mound.
And the manager going to take the baseball and bring in Jackson to close it out, it looks like, as the 3rd baseman and the pitcher will change spots here with 1 on, 1 out. And Hopkins will face Aaron Jackson, who's going to come into the game here in the 7th inning.
Well, Jackson warmed up, it seemed like a couple of innings ago, so I guess that was enough to get him ready for this outing. And now Jackson is on to pitch. 7th appearance of the season. He has started 3 games. He's 5-0 on the year as Aaron Jackson pitches out of the bullpen. He has not allowed an earned run this season.
Looks like 6 strikeouts for Gorella, 4 walks, 3 hits, no runs allowed. And he did walk a batter this inning. There's 1 on, 1 out as he leaves. Jackson comes in to try to close out victory number 21 for the Tigers as they go for 21-1 on the season.
And we know that Gorella's ERA will be dropping unless this runner from first comes around to score, and then it still might drop. 1.21 coming in. A couple of good ERAs from the starters today. It was a close game until that big 3-run home run a couple of innings ago, and it looks like Gorella couldn't quite go the distance. Jackson comes in trying to finish off the Redbirds.
Well, we mentioned Alton will play Thursday against Belleville East. For Edwardsville, it'll be East St. Louis on Thursday. Next week, Edwardsville is going to play Belleville East and Belleville West.
And for the Redbirds, they've got Granite City and Collinsville next week.
A Collinsville game will be on the radio as well. Here on the Big Z, the pitch. is a strike to Hopkins from the new pitcher, Jackson.
Another right-hander. When you look at the back of that uniform with the number 22 and the orange lettering and orange numerals, it makes you think of Jim Palmer a little bit, but Palmer was the left-hander.
1 strike and nothing. 1 out, 1 on, and up and away for a ball. 8 place hitter, Hopkins. Where's number 8? From the left side. Hopkins trying to get on base. Redbirds need base runners. Pop foul, out of play. Strike 2.
If the Redbirds, even if they don't win this game, it would be nice to know that they can get after Jackson here a little bit and put some good at-bats against him and hit the ball hard, give you some confidence that if you play this team again and you see this pitcher again, you might have a chance to get some runs off of him.
Hopkins pops it up. It's on the infield, the right side of the infield. Second baseman Krebs wants it, has it, 2 down.
Well, Zimmer was under it. He was calling for it, but the second baseman Krebs called him off, and Zimmer peeled away, and that's the second out of the inning.
And that will bring in the number 9 hitter, last hope for Alton, Jacob Skrabach. 1 for 2, a base hit. Last time up, he had a hit to right field. In a 4-0 game, the Redbirds need 2 more base runners to have a chance. Edwardsville, 4-0. Tigers won the first meeting between these two teams, 6-1 at Gordon Moore Park. Inside for a ball, 2-0.
And Hudson did start that game, and Hudson allowed those runs and took the loss. Had a couple of balks in that game as well, but he did hit a home run offensively. Some people wondering why Hudson's not pitching here today.
Low and in for a ball.
But that's part of the gamesmanship that goes on when you've got conference rivals. You want to make sure that the other team is aware of the other pitchers, and who's to say Ben Cusack, he pitched pretty decent, and the Redbirds had a game plan. They were going to use more than one pitcher here today.
And the pitch is a strike here at the letters. It's 3-1, taking all the way. And if the Redbirds and Tigers meet in the playoffs, could be Hudson then. They didn't want Hudson to pitch 3 games against Edwardsville this year. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. 3-2 the count.
Runner took second base. I mean, he had a huge lead. Jackson wasn't looking at all, and Bunnell now stands at second base, or the pinch runner stands at second.
And there's 2 outs. It's a 3-2 count. 7th inning, 4-0 Edwardsville. And it is a ball inside, and 2 walks for Alton here. They still need 1 more base runner. It's 2 on, 2 out.
I tell you what, if Derek Allen can do what he did to lead off this game with a double, this could change the prospects in this one quite a bit. It might not clear the bases, but it would end the shutout. And we could see the heart of the order coming up with 2 outs here in the 7th inning and make this a little bit more dramatic.
Couple of lefties will follow Derek Allen if we get that far. Allen takes a strike from Jackson, 0-1.
Trying to present the best case scenario for those Redbird fans.
Stephen Wynn waiting, then Brian Hudson. Could it be? 2 outs though, 2 on. 1 strike pitch, low and away.
Oh, he's having trouble finding the zone right now, trying to find the strike zone. He let Skrabach, the number 9 place hitter, work a walk, and now 1-1 and missing with that catcher really reaching for one in that last pitch.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Check swing on a pitch outside for a ball.
We saw the home plate umpire call a strike on a check swing similar to that earlier in the game. This time he asked for help from the base umpire, and it's called a ball.
2-1 to count. Jackson to Allen. Derek Allen, the batter. Here's the pitch. Low and away. 3-1 the count.
Hasn't been able to get that breaking ball over, and that one missed outside again.
Redbirds maybe one pitch away from getting the tying run to the plate.
Runner on first gets a big lead with the first baseman playing behind him. If he could hit one in the gap, he might score two.
3-1 pitch.
Ducks it.
Ducks up and in, ducks away from ball 4. And it is 3 walks in the inning. And the bases are loaded, and the tying run is coming up after all. Stephen Wynn to the plate.
Redbirds had 2 runners on back in the first inning. They also had 2 runners on in the 4th inning. This is the first time in the game the bases have been loaded against the Edwardsville Tigers, and they're going to get a pitcher up and throwing down in the bullpen, and they're going to also have a visit from the pitching coach, the longtime pitching coach, Mike Waldo, walks slowly out to the mound.
Well, Stephen Wynn to the plate. And if he could somehow keep it alive, Brian Hudson would come up there and represent the lead run.
And that would present about as much drama as you can expect in a game like this.
Brian Hudson with a big smile on deck. But first, it's Stephen Wynn here, and Wynn needs to win this at bat. It is 3 walks in the inning here for Alton. Still looking for their first hit of the inning. That would be nice. A fastball strike. It's 0-1.
If you're wondering, Wynn has no home runs on the season. 2 doubles. The rest of his hits have all been singles.
A single is all they need to keep it alive. 2 outs. The pitch. Strike outside corner, and quickly 0-2 now from Jackson.
He hasn't offered at either one of these pitches from Jackson, and now he finds himself in the hole 0-2.
Bases full of Redbirds here. 2 outs, 7th inning. It's Edwardsville 4-0 over Alton. High for a ball. 2 strikes and a ball.
I think even the Edwardsville fans would like to see Brian Hudson bat a little bit here.
Stephen Wynn waiting at the plate, left-handed batter, and he sends one to the second baseman on a ground ball. Out at second. The force out ends the ball game. The Redbirds leave the bases loaded. They leave 3, and they leave Brian Hudson on deck to finish the ball game. Edwardsville 4, Alton 0. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.